actually working against yourself. And I felt like ultimately yesterday was against that brand. All right. So that's number one. And these are sizable books. They're minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3 times author, and those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that. So the first thing I want to do is I want to dive in through this video. Actually, before I dive in through the video, what I'll do is I'll play a little bit, then we'll look at, I'm trying to think about the best way to do this. I want to make sure I cover everything, right? But we kind of know what's going on already. Let me give you a recap, okay? So I don't know, I think it was 2020, okay? We all know Will Smith and Jada Pinkett-Smith. They're a couple, right? As a matter of fact, I was just watching a video. Let me make sure that my audio is good. All right, good. All right, so I was just watching a video with a guy, one of the OAPs in Nigeria, one of the most popular on-air personalities in Nigeria. On-air personality, his name is Daddy Freeze, and he was saying Will and Jada are not power couple. I don't know what he's smoking, but we're gonna get to that, right? There's a lot of people just running their mouth all day. A lot of people running their mouth, and people that have personal vendetta almost. I'm hearing all kind of that's not really authentically what we need to be learning. But anyway, so back in 2020, I think they came out on the red table. That's the number one fuck up for Will Smith. They came out on the red table, right? I'll tell you right now, there are 2 fuck ups of Will Smith. It's the red table. The second fuck up of Will Smith was last night, okay? Not particularly because he went and punched or slapped Chris Rock in the face, because if that was me, if I find myself in that position, I would have made sure that my face is folded. I'm just being honest with you. I am protective of mine like that, okay? And all values, character, all that kind of stuff gets thrown out the window if I ever find myself in that position, okay? And I have before. And it's not a very pretty sight, right? And I would never want my enemy to get in that space, because clearly he went out of character. He was caught up in his emotions. That's something I absolutely discourage here, right? We don't get caught up in our emotion. We do. Let me take that back. We do. We try to avoid getting caught up in our emotions, because one of the things I try to tell you here is don't put yourself on a pedestal. Stop doing that. You know, all that. I'm gonna be intentional, do the right thing nonsense. You're gonna try. You're human like the rest of us. You're gonna position yourself to encourage not getting out of character, because again, if you get caught up in your emotions, you can't get caught up in your emotions like the rest of us. Okay, you can, like the rest of us. You're not no special. It doesn't matter how many books you've read. It doesn't matter how many textbooks you've read. It doesn't matter how many times you've mastered Rollo Tomasi and all of this different craziness, and Will Smith's book, and what's his name, the other radio guy, right, Steve Harvey. Whatever you've memorized, it doesn't matter. You're human like the rest of us. We gotta wait until you get caught up in your emotions. If you stick your dick in somebody, you get caught up in emotion. You don't have to wait until you're married. For those of you that are capping all day, I'm not gonna marry so they don't take advantage. Bullshit. You stick a dick in somebody, you get caught up in your emotion, usually even more because you thought you had protected yourself because of the paperwork, but actually you're fooling yourself because you haven't really done the work. You're using like easy stuff to do the work, like things like prenup. You're using things like prenup is nice, but it only protects you financially. It protects you from a physical and financial standpoint, like your properties, I guess. But your heart is not protected because you're not doing the work. You think that's going to help you do the work. That's not going to help you do the work. You still have to do the work. So the moment you get caught up in an emotion with a person, either for love or against love or in an altercation, anything like that, you're just as exposed as the rest of us. So if you don't do the work, you're fooling yourself. All right. So let me get back to the topic. So the fact that he went out of character, got caught up in emotion, we don't encourage that. No. All right. And we even do more work to make sure we don't get caught up in such situation. Your intentions are overrated. They are just that good. They're okay, but it's better to be intentional about positioning yourself right? Putting the right systems in place. What does that look like? We could start with the number one thing, right? Number one thing is that who are the closest five people to you, right? Why do we say that? We say that because that reflects on your results. That influences your actions, right? Influences. It's not guaranteed, but it increases your chances that you'll do the right thing from time to time, right? As you can see, not even Will Smith could maintain his posture in a time of crisis. So when people run their mouth in these spaces and talk like, oh, you're gonna do this, you're gonna be a celibate, you're gonna be a virgin, and then suddenly life will be beautiful. I'm like, you're full of shit. Because crisis is always gonna come from the blind spot. And yesterday was a blind spot for Will Smith. And I tell you, man, all the time, you have to be careful for things like this, right? He mentioned that Denzel Washington said, it's in your highest of highest moments. Sometimes that's when the devil want to come in from a blind spot. It's not from those books, like all those books you covered, the legal stuff. I'm not gonna get married. I'm just gonna call every woman a hoe or 304 on the internet. You think you're protecting yourself, but you're actually working against yourself. You're walking backwards because you're not doing the work necessary to protect yourself. The work that needs to be done after you've done it, the work that you need to do after you've done it, shit can still happen. You know? So I have this, I'm gonna run through this 33 questions that I wanna kind of answer them all together, right? And then we'll go through the video, and I feel like we're gonna get the most out of probably this live session in all of it, because again, this is a real life example. Somebody who is doing very well, extremely well. Somebody who is, let's not get started. But anyway, number one question: was this a simp or bold move for Will Smith? It's neither. It's not relevant. It's not relevant to simp move or not, right? Some people say, oh yeah, the wife kind of looked at him and then he changed his mind. It's not relevant, okay? It's just not relevant. This move was somebody got caught up in the emotions. It's as simple as that. A man or a woman can get caught up in the emotion and act out of character. When you're zoned in on this is a simp move, you're not even learning the real lesson that you need to learn. You're zoning on the wrong thing completely. What do you mean a simp move? That's his wife anyway. So it's not like he's simping to get something. Or he's looking to get her attention. No, that's stupid. That's stupid. That's the wife. I don't care what happened in 2020 with August Alsina or anybody in the past. That's his wife. They were on the red carpet together, came there together. Nobody put a gun in their head. What happened in their marriage is none of our businesses. Literally. And like I said, he fucked up by even sharing that with the world, because people are weird out here. You share something with them so you can help with some healing, but then they use that to drag you. That's how this world operates. So he fucked up because he should have known that he should protect his family by not sharing everything. You don't want, that's one of the mistakes I see people make in the Western world, right? So from where I'm from, we all know as men that not everything needs to be said. Literally, some shit has to go to the grave with you. Yes. Fuck all that transparency and honesty bullshit. That's not how life works. People are gonna drag you to fuck with your mental health, okay? And it's not gonna work in your favor. Ultimately, you're not gonna impact anyone. It's going to interject other ways you could serve humankind or mankind. Just because you're all woke and you want to share information. Yeah, don't do that. If you're in that position, don't share your life with people like that. If you're going to share anything, be extremely strategic about it and make sure you're protecting your loved ones. He should have protected Jada and his children by completely saying, no, we're not going to the red table. I don't care how. I don't think he was doing it for money. I think he's a guy that's authentically trying to help. That's what I think. But it backfired now. So that was the first fuck up. The second fuck up was yesterday, simply because he got caught up in his emotions. That's something we just try to avoid. As men especially, you can't afford to do that, because it's a way for you to keep your eyes on the bag and keep your eyes on your brand, right? And make sure that you're protecting your family, right? And use reverse psychology when you're processing that, because sometimes protecting your family could look like a punch in somebody's face, but you're actually working against yourself. And I felt like ultimately yesterday was against that brand. All right. So that's number one.